In our 78th season, the Palm Beach Civic Association expands its communication outreach with a state-of-the-art television studio. We call it Studio 33480, the zip code for the beautiful island of Palm Beach. Sponsored by Finley Galleries, our goal is to bring you in-depth interviews with the most colorful and knowledgeable personalities on the island. And now, our host.
Hello and welcome to Studio 33480. I'm Wendy Rutledge, and with me today are a couple of very important folks in the planning of Earth Day celebrations this year in the town of Palm Beach. Please welcome Carolyn Stone, who's the Assistant Town Manager, and Beth Dowdle, who is the Conservation Chair for the Garden Club. Is that right, Beth?
That's right.
Well, welcome to both of you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Well, I understand that the two of you and a whole team of folks has been very busy in the planning of this April 22nd event, Earth Day.
Yes, it's Friday, April 22nd.
What's going on in the town?
So the town wanted to keep the conversation going around the Green Initiative and the importance of things, simple things that our residents and our community can do to make the island a healthier place, and thus the world, right? Earth Day. It's the time to take a pause and to say, what can we do as citizens of the globe to make it a healthier community? So we've decided to celebrate Earth Day in a more formal fashion this year, where we're going to host an event at the Mandel Recreation Center. And who to bring a more powerful message about the future of our planet than our very own students here on the island of Palm Beach.
The kids.
The kids. We're going to have the students, the 5th grade from the Palm Beach Public School, and students from the Palm Beach Day Academy, 8th grade science, come and give presentations and share media and art as a way of talking about what they feel is important to them. And one of the biggest impacts they feel that residents and community members can participate in is this move to native plants, and also reducing for the needs to reduce pesticide use.
Is this where Beth comes in?
This is absolutely where Beth comes in.
You are very knowledgeable going down that road, Beth. Will we learn about good native plants to use and when to replace the bad ones and so forth?
I think we will, and we're really looking forward to what the students present, because we've got art classes and science classes coming together. But the importance of native plants is that it's the one thing all of us can do with our own hands in our own gardens to help restore the planet. The reason is so many insects are specialists, and they can only live on particular native plants, and they can't live on all the alien or exotic ones. And, of course, they bring us our butterflies and birds. And, we've been starving the birds with all the chemicals and all the monoculture that we're planting here. So just to introduce native plants will be huge to help restore the island.
You know, that's going to be so interesting and informative, and I know a lot of folks on the island have already taken a little step that way. Many more, and especially all the new folks coming into town, may not quite know much about this yet. So that's got to be valuable for our newer residents, right?
Yes. And the Garden Club of America, of which the Palm Beach Garden Club is a chapter, has really been leading the way nationally to help us all learn more about planting native. And our local garden club has produced several educational pieces, this Going Native booklet that talks about native plants, and Going Native ground covers, and then Going Native hedges also. And Wendy, this is for you. This is your plant stake, because on that day, the Pan's Garden has generously donated some partridge peas, which is a little native plant that's the host plant for 4 butterflies. And
wow.
So the young people will be helping us do a planting of the partridge pea and learning more about the butterflies that it hosts.
And then we'll have to do a follow-up story with a close zoom in of
Yes.
the plants to see the butterflies, right? Yes. Well, thank you very much. Now, the town has been very proactive. You have a green initiative. I mean, Carolyn and Beth, where are we with the town's proactive efforts right now? Because they're kind of leading the the charge on this?
Sure. So with the Green Initiative, the primary focus in the beginning, and it was because of the Ficus benjamina, right, the whitefly that was impacting that.
Yes.
And people were spraying those hedges with all sorts of chemicals to kill that. So obviously that was something that the town decided, well, let's go to the root of the problem and actually encourage our residents to remove those hedges and remove that plant, and then we won't have to treat the whitefly. So that was part of the genesis behind it. And then also the algae blooms that were occurring in nearby waters, which is a result of pesticide runoff and chemicals. So the town was looking at it more holistically and saying, let's not just treat one issue, let's say, let's remove that. And that's how that started. So really the conversation just keeps continuing on with the town council and through town leadership of saying, what are things proactively that we can do to try to reduce the need for pesticides on our own properties here in town, like with parks, with our, the various gardens that we maintain, and every opportunity that we have to switch to a native plant that requires, as Beth is the expert on and can explain more than I, that not a lot of pesticides or chemicals to maintain it. So
and the
being
town has
proactive.
moved quite aggressively in that
Yes,
direction
yes,
to native plants.
Exactly. And so there's been some recent ordinances that are passed in terms of when you do new plantings, like a new home, what the mix is, and of the amount of native plants and material that you should include in your yard.
And is it not true that the free pickup of the ficus hedges will be offered this summer?
I'm glad you had that on your note, because I had that on my notes.
Okay.
Yeah, so once again, we offered that program where if a homeowner decides to go ahead and remove that Ficus benjamina hedge, that can be placed on the swale, and our Public Works Department can come and pick it up without charging the additional fee that would be for like a large pickup.
It's a great program. But Earth Day, as important as what we've been discussing about native plants, it's bigger than that, right? It encompasses the whole, every aspect of the environment.
Yeah. It's a partnership for the planet. That's probably the best way, the one-liner, to describe Earth Day events. And the Earth Day events happen all across, the world, and particularly in America. It's a time for us to pause and say, no matter where you are, what stage in your life, there is something that every individual can do to try to improve the quality of life on our planet by reducing toxic chemicals, by reducing the need for plastics. And as simple as one of the initiatives that the Environmental Committee from Palm Beach Civic Association mentioned to us on a call the other day was doing kind of a top 10 list of things that every person can do that are relatively simple to have less of an impact on the earth. And some of the most simple things are bringing your own refillable water bottle when you go about places instead of using a plastic, right?
And I was at that meeting too. And when it comes to, okay, you're recycling, but are you doing it correctly? I venture to say many of us are not.
Correct, because
So-
people intermix items, and especially
Yeah.
with the paper products, and
Right.
or they don't clean out the plastic and they throw it in the blue bin. And there's certain steps that you need to
Right,
do.
so we can all get a little smarter. So the Garden Club is involved. Obviously, it's sponsored by the town of Palm Beach. Palm Beach Civic Association will be there. The schools, it's just a tremendous community effort here.
And the Citizens Association of Palm Beach are helping us obviously get the word out to get attendees there. And also the Preservation Foundation, as Beth mentioned, they've graciously offered to donate 100 of the partridge pea plants that we will have a giveaway, not a plant sale, but a giveaway. That's it.
These four
Yes,
butterflies I
yes.
have just learned.
Yes,
Okay.
and educational information. So when people are at the event, after they hear the student presentations, and we do the ceremonial planting of the partridge peas over at the Mandel by the main flagpole in the
Nice.
front, provide information to say, hey, it's pretty easy. There's a couple simple things you can do to kind of start learning about native plantings and native garden. And that's the point of the event. Everyone can do a little something.
So it's April 22nd. It starts at
The doors will open at 10 a.m. because the students' art gallery will be set up, but the formal presentation by the students and the Mayor Moore, will be joining us to make her opening comments and to welcome all those in attendance at 10:30 a.m. in the Smith Family Fieldhouse in the Mandel Recreation Center. And the students will present between about 10:30 and about 11:15, and then we'll head outside to do some digging in the dirt and put some plants in.
just a fantastic event. Well, I want to thank both of you for coming in today to tell us all about this. Of course, Palm Beach TV will be there to cover every minute of it. It's going to be a wonderful community event. And, I saw a poster that said something like, "Every day is Earth Day," which kind of rang the bell for me. Yeah, true. Start doing things just a little bit smarter. All right. Well, I look forward to learning from both of you and everybody attending and all the kids.
Great. Help us get the word out. We appreciate it.
Certainly
Wendy.
will.
Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you both. All right. And that does it for us. And we thank you so much for watching. We will see you on Earth Day at the Mandel Recreation Center and any time that we again have a studio interview right here in Studio 33480.
Studio 33480 is brought to you by the Palm Beach Civic Association, our sponsor, Finley Galleries, and our viewers. We welcome your thoughts on how our programming can best serve our members and residents.